Hey there and welcome. If you've ever been curious about data science, one of the most in-demand and, frankly, rewarding careers out there today, then you've come to the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down for you, step by step. Think of this as your personal roadmap to getting started. So let's jump right in and map out your journey into the incredible world of data. So here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll decode what a data scientist actually does. Then we'll chart out your learning roadmap, the practical steps to get the skills you need. After that, we'll look at the essential toolkit you'll be building. And, of course, the part you've been waiting for, the data science payday. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at what your future in data could really hold. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. We're going to cut through all the jargon and the buzzwords. What does a day in the life of a data scientist really look like? What does this job actually involve? Okay, so this is the official kind of textbook definition. At its heart, it's really about two things: analyzing massive amounts of data to understand what's already happened, and then using all that info to build models that can make a really good guess about what's going to happen next. But you know what? Let's make it even simpler. Think about it like this. Step 1, you work with a ton of raw data. Step 2, you become a bit of a detective, digging through it all to find hidden patterns and clues. And step 3, and this is the real magic, you take those discoveries and help companies make way smarter decisions. And this stuff isn't some abstract thing that only happens in big corporate boardrooms. It is all around you every single day. You know when Netflix just knows what movie you want to watch next? Yep, that's data science. Or when your bank sends you an alert about a weird transaction potentially saving you from fraud, that's data science in action too. So you're interested, right? The next big question is pretty obvious. How do I actually become a data scientist? Well, in this next section, we're going to map out the whole educational journey for you. You've basically got two main paths you can take here. There's the traditional route, university degrees like a B.Tech or a master's. And then there's this super flexible, really popular modern path, online certification courses from huge names like Coursera, IBM, and Google. And just so you know, these aren't just some random online classes. We're talking about industry-recognized certificates from companies that everyone respects. They are literally designed to get you job-ready and open up doors for you. So how long is this going to take? Well, it's actually pretty doable. If you're starting from scratch, you're probably looking at about 4 to 6 months of good, focused work. If you're aiming for something more advanced, it might be closer to a year. It's a real commitment, for sure, but it's also a much faster track than a multi-year degree. Okay, so once you've picked your learning path, what's next? It's time to start building your professional toolkit. Let's dig into the essential skills and the actual tools you're going to need to really nail this. Your toolkit is going to have 4 main parts. First, you need to know how to code, and right now, Python is king. Second, you absolutely have to have a solid grip on stats and math. Third, you'll be diving deep into the fascinating world of machine learning. And finally, you've got to be able to tell a story with your data using visualization. And when we talk about programming, these are the names that will become your best friends. Python is the language. Then you have libraries, which are kind of like pre-packed tool sets. Pandas helps you organize data. Think of it like Excel on steroids. NumPy is for all the heavy-duty math. And things like scikit-learn and TensorFlow are what you'll use to build the actual predictive brains of your models. These are your day-to-day tools. Seriously, think of it this way. Learning these tools isn't just about a technical skill. It's like becoming fluent in the official language of the entire data industry. This is how data problems get solved today, period. But listen, being a tech wizard is only half the battle. The data scientists who are truly amazing are also master problem solvers. They think analytically, and, this is so important, they can explain their super complex findings to people who aren't data experts. Honestly, that last skill is what separates the good from the great. All right, you've done the learning, you've built the toolkit. Now let's get to the part I know you're curious about, the money. Let's talk about the data science payday and what you can really expect to earn. So if we look at the salary scene in India, the growth potential is just incredible. As a fresher, you could start in the 6 to 12 lakh per annum range, which is a great start. But with just a few years of solid experience, that can easily double. And why the big jump? Because you start proving you can turn raw data into smart decisions that make the company money. Your value just skyrockets. And get this, for a senior data scientist, someone with 5+ years of real-world experience, earning over 50 lakhs per annum is absolutely a real possibility. The takeaway here is that the financial ceiling in this career is just incredibly high. And guess what? It doesn't even stop there. If you manage to land a job at one of the top tech giants, we're talking Google, Amazon, you name it, those numbers can shoot up even higher. The competition for top talent is intense, and believe me, they are willing to pay for it. Okay, so the money is fantastic. We've established that. But a great career is about more than just a big paycheck, right? So for our final section, let's look at the long game. What does your future in data really look like? Your career path here isn't just a single track. It's a ladder with a ton of exciting places to go. You might start as a data analyst, work your way up to a senior data scientist, and from there, you can specialize in these super high-demand roles like machine learning engineer or even an AI engineer. This is not a field where you stand still. It's all about moving up. Look, the outlook is just fantastic. The demand is absolutely exploding, not just in tech, but everywhere. Healthcare, finance, retail, you name it. And that demand is global, which means tons of remote job opportunities. Plus, with AI growing so fast, the need for the data experts who power it is just going to keep accelerating. But let's end with some real talk, a balanced view. The rewards, they're crystal clear. A very high salary and a career that's pretty much future-proof. But you have to know the realities too. You really need a knack for math, there's a steep learning curve to get started, and maybe the biggest thing, you have to be a lifelong learner, because this field is always changing. So there you have it, the complete roadmap. We've decoded the job, we've mapped out the learning paths, we've looked at the tools, the incredible rewards, and the real challenges. So now there's really only one question left for you to ask yourself. Is this your future?